Hello, everybody. This is Ifra Dilshad. Welcome to the latest episode of Food Frontier series. Today, we have with us Mr. Karan Korke, the co-founder of the Healthy Binge, an emerging brand in India's FMCG sector. With a strong background in building businesses from the ground up, Karan has successfully scaled another startup prior to this venture and is currently focused on expanding the Healthy Binge across D2C, retail, B2B, and export channels. The Healthy Binge is a new age healthy snacking brand offering millet-based chips and snacks manufactured at its state-of-the-art US FDA certified facility. Available on platforms like Zepto, Swiggy, Instamart, and Amazon, the brand has achieved 100% YOY growth with its unique blend of taste and health. It was also featured on Shark Tank India, securing two deals and now exports to five countries with a presence in 200 stores across the USA. So, with that, let's welcome Mr. Karan. Welcome, Karan. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Hi, Ifra. Thank you so much for the kind introduction.
My pleasure. So, let's begin. So,
Sure.
my first question to you is like, as we all know, healthy snacking has moved from niche to mainstream in India. So, what key shifts you have seen in mindset that are driving this transformation, and what are the factors behind that?
Right. So, basically this industry caught on really well post-COVID when people kind of understood there's a lot of emphasis and a lot of media chatter around how one needs to take care of their health with their food. So, we saw a lot of influencers also rising up post that, and they have played a very large role in influencing people's mindsets that you need to think about what you're putting in your body every single time. So instead of having junk food, junk snacks, or roadside products, opt for a healthier for you kind of a snack, so that you're satiated, you get the proteins, you get the fibers. You don't. There is no cholesterol in it. So those kind of things, a lot of people have spoken about, and obviously, companies like us we've kind of innovated on that by integrating natural millets in your daily snacking routine, but also by making it as tasty as what you're used to having. So the idea is to sit in that box wherein you're giving people what they want to have, a tasty product, but at the same time cutting out all the guilt factors like, it's not fried, it's got good proteins, it's got fibers. So those are the small things what we've tried to integrate. So and also in the West, a lot of things we copy from the West. So obviously there's a lot more awareness out there in the US markets especially. So that again is coming trickling down because now exchange of information is so easy that people definitely want to have newer things every time. And the third most important factor also is the fact that International Year of Millets was also celebrated in the year 2023. So there's a large scale awareness which has happened by the government of India, which has definitely helped in adoption of these products.
Yeah, right. That is the upcoming trend we are seeing right now. So, with the traditional millets gaining global superfood status, as you have said, and we have seen around as well. So, how are they redefining the future of packaged snacks, both nutritionally and culturally?
Right. So they, as I mentioned earlier in the first question, these millets are indigenous. Our grandparents generation before that used to have it like a daily staple. So it was pretty much in our diets, in the country's diet, till such time wheat and rice took over, post the Green Revolution, etc. So why did our forefathers have this product? Only because it gave you the entire day's nutrition, right from proteins, fibers, iron, calcium. It is gluten free as well. So gut issues were also not too much. So the millet, the crop itself is so nutritionally dense that it gives you the entire day's your RDA is covered by it. So we are just taking these and integrating it into a daily routine for today's day and age. So for example, Gen Zs and millennials wouldn't have something made out of millets as a regular lunch or dinner, but try to integrate that into something in the form of chips. So that was the entire idea how we started off, because we didn't want to launch something which people wouldn't have. We didn't want to change people's mindset. So that is why we kind of stuck to this category of chips and snacks where people are used to having these products. So we're not changing their entire mindset in the packaged snack.
Right, right. That's quite insightful. So, like, how do you navigate the challenges that comes up by combining taste, shelf life, and nutritional value, especially in a market that is still dominated by indulgent snacks and options? Like, we have seen a large scale marketing of the chips like Lay's and the Pepsi and all those stuff. So, how do you navigate these challenges?
Absolutely, it's a big challenge when you compare it to the big giants. For sure, it's a very nascent stage at what we are at. The healthy snacking or millets as a category, it's very niche. It's very small in if you look at the overall market of India and as snacking. But at the same time, this is the future, right? It has to start somewhere. So we feel that in the next 10 to 15 years, more people are going to get aware and switch from the unhealthy ones to the healthier ones. That is what our entire thought process is, and we are definitely in it for the long run when we think about that. That you can't build a FMCG brand in like 5 to 7 years. It takes good 15-20 years to penetrate the market. India is huge, different taste palettes, different kind of customer behavior across geographies. So right now we are seeing this is probably the start of the revolution of people trying to eat healthy. So this is not only snacking, even in other things that people are more aware of protein deficiencies. So protein powders people are consuming a lot over the past couple of years. So people are getting aware when the entire ecosystem comes together. Everyone will understand that okay, I don't want to give junk food to my children. That is that entire chain reaction has already started. A lot of our customers are families, our mothers and fathers who buy these our products for their children because they know the traditional snacking are in the indulgent snacking are harmful to their children. So a lot more studies have come up. Sugar is bad, salt is bad, especially for younger audiences. So there is a lot more awareness which is started, but to get to the entire full blown kind of operation is going to take a few years to go. But that's that's the case with any new industry which comes in.
Right, right, right. So, we have one thing like brand loyalty is something which brands like it's become difficult for the brands to build. So, in an omnichannel world, what does it really takes for the health food snacks to build brand loyalty or the loyalty beyond just being better for you, or like if you have, so if you could shed some light on that.
So I think the biggest advantage what we have being startups is being very close to the customer. So we can my own phone number is on the packs, on the back of the packs. Customer can directly reach out to us. If there are any issues, feedbacks, good, bad, we can immediately change it. So whenever we are launching new products or if we want to take some feedback, we call the customer directly and we understand what they want or what they don't want. So that way, being present across channels is not the only thing I would say. It's about also understanding the customer early on, trying to get the feedback and trying to change quickly. So that is the speed of how much you quickly adopt to the particular market is something which is very important. Could you just repeat that question, Ifra? I just kind of trailed off, I think.
I was saying there's this issue of building brand loyalty among brands.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
so how do you navigate that?
Yeah,
Just,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So I feel product quality is something consistent. Product quality is something which people really admire, especially from the startups. Obviously, that is something which people also want to try out new things. They're also bored. They also want to have new products. and they want to back new companies as well. So, but you also need to support them in terms of quality, consistency, pricing, distribution as startups. So, when you kind of try to do that, obviously you cannot succeed every single day, but at least when you give it 100%, I feel a lot of new age customers as well have us, and I think that's how you also build quality brand as well, how relatable you are, how much you kind of preach about what you are doing in your company versus relating that to their customers' daily routine. So, I think it's a mix of two, three things. But as I said, you need to focus a lot on consistency of quality across channels, across distribution, across feedbacks. Those kind of things need to be really well. Even if you've done
Right.
something wrong, which happens, you need to own it up, quickly do some remedial things around it, and keep the customer in the loop. So everyone wants to be heard, everyone wants to feel special, right? They don't want to be one more customer. So I feel that's the way things grow out in the long run. Obviously, there's no answer to this in the short run because brand loyalty can be done over a period of years. So I think we're still in the early stages. But yeah, that's what I feel, and that's how we are adopting to our company.
Right, right. That's quite interesting. So, my next question to you is like India is seeing a rise in exports of better for you good food products. So, what opportunities or barriers you think exist for Indian healthy snacks brands in global markets?
So yeah, I feel firstly India itself. I mean, why I'm telling you because as for talking only from a startup perspective, India itself is a huge market. It's a market within a market wherever you go. So there are umpteen number of opportunities within India itself. If you compare to a few countries in Europe or some other African or this thing Middle Eastern countries, our population is huge, is bigger than some of them combined. So I feel within India is a huge opportunity, but if you have to look at exports, obviously you wouldn't say no to it. So US is one of the biggest markets. If you want to talk about FMCG, where you need to sell volumes, you need to look at bigger numbers, then US is the biggest market, I would say. And it's a very promising one because people are aware of this category. They want to consume healthier options. They are ready to pay a premium over it, and distribution is also very well oiled. So I think that's a very big market. We are already exporting to that nation, and we see a lot of positive feedbacks coming in from there as well, both Indian stores and international stores as well. So it's not just Indian people who want to have these products. We rebrand the packaging to resonate with the resident population, the foreigners out there, so that they understand what millets are, the superfoods are,
Right.
that kind of a thing. So
So,
some of them are aware, some of them are not aware, but we need to package it in a way that they understand that it's a superfood, it has health benefits, and I think they're pretty much open to consuming these kind of products.
so if you could give any example of a product that you have changed their packaging for a particular market to suit their preferences or their taste, and like how do you navigate that? If you could
Yeah.
tell
So for
something.
example, yeah. So for example, we've got jowar chips, right? What we have in India. So for there, we've kind of rebranded it to sorghum puffs. So to resonate that particular market, so people understand sorghum, they are pretty much aware of it, and also other things like made out of ancient superfoods. So something which resonates with the TG out there, understanding that the product is coming from India. So definitely there is a certain kind of uh, belief in the foreigners that India has got products which are good for you in terms of the natural products uh, because of Ayurveda, etc. So there's a certain hangover out there as well for the foreigners. So we kind of capitalize on that on your packaging.
Right, right, right. So that's really interesting, I would say again. So as we have seen that food regulations are becoming stricter day by day, and like the paneer scandal that took place. So how is the industry adapting to
Sorry, you
credibility?
mentioned that. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah. Hello,
You
am I
mentioned
audible?
about the challenges with regards to X. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Can
was
you hear me?
saying, yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, so this is the another question.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like we are seeing that there is a growth in the food regulations in India on health claims and the labeling. So how is the industry adapting to ensuring credibility, transparency, and compliance as well?
I think it's a very good move, I would say, and it's being driven by the consumers themselves, wherein they are reading the back of the labels pretty closely than what they were doing 10 years back. So we as marketeers are, anyways, we were doing that from day one. A lot of other companies weren't. So it's a very good move wherein every claim needs to be backed by your lab reports. Every batch needs to be tested at the NABL accredited lab. So those kind of things we were doing it from day one. It's a good practice to have when if all the stakeholders come together and follow this practice, so that the consumer is going to win, the quality is going to improve, and you have bigger markets also where India is looked upon as a good market of manufacturers for snacking products by the West or East. So it kind of also helps to brand the entire nation as a good country to source products from. I feel that should be the way to go forward as well. A lot more companies should come forward and do testing and all of those things.
Right. So, my last question to you is about the Shark Tank experience, obviously. So, how was it and how it has impacted your brand's visibility, growth, and credibility both in India and overseas markets?
I think it's a very good platform for marketing Shark Tank because it opens up your brand for new companies, especially which don't have marketing budget. It helps you open up doors and avenues across regions. Definitely, it has helped us, and it is even helping us today, wherein we get calls from distributors or inquiries saying that they've seen our product on YouTube or whatever it is, and then we kind of get into business with them. So also it helps us open doors in terms of credibility. You mentioned initially uh, getting onto new channels because of the fact that we were on air. That has definitely helped us. So yes, it's a very good platform. It has helped us, and I would suggest any new companies who may be watching this should definitely apply for the next season.
Right. Thank you so much for your time, Karan. It was a very insightful and interesting discussion. So, we'll end it here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.